Paramount Pictures is currently filming a major motion picture in North Georgia called
Very interesting things, which you'll see once you check out that movie.
We generally work on a few different types of projects. Obviously, we do a lot of short films.
Michael, how did you get started in filmmaking?
A very large part of the success of any project.
I started my filmmaking career actually on a cruise ship, making short films.
Wow. I'm the executive producer to our new feature film, The Common Denominator.
Tell us a little bit about your character in the film.
She's really upset from the beginning, from the get-go.
Tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Well, basically, I somehow started acting in 1990.
We are now joined by two of the leading actors for the feature film Happy Hour, Miko, Defoor, and Kanya, Maree. Hi, guys.
Hey. Hi, how's it going?
Good. Tell us about your characters in the film. Ladies first, because if Miko gets started, we'll be here all day.
Well, I'm Kanya, and I play the character of Karen. Okay. Karen is the product of a lot of relationships going bad. She's been burned a couple of times, and her and her girlfriend decide to move out to go to California. They've got this big plan, you know, and Donald's character kind of throws a monkey wrench and all that. You know, they fall in love, and you know, there's the conflict in the film, but you know, Donald just comes along and just sweeps her off of her feet, and they're, you know, totally in love. And the movie kind of, you know, turns in a different direction where there's a lot of conflict, and there's some, you know, I don't want to give it away, but there's some things in the movie that make it really interesting, you know. So, but Karen is she's kind of passive, you know, but she's very feminine, but at the same time, she's very vulnerable, you know.
Was that character close to your description of yourself, or you totally had to get substitution for this role? And what?
Well, there were some things I could pull from my own background. I mean, I've been hurt before. You know, I've had a guy woo me over and just totally, you know, change my plan, you know. But there were some differences, some challenges that I had to, you know, adapt to just to become her character, you know.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
The character of Donald.
Yes. Why the squinchy face there? You know, not the villain. You know.
Tell us about your character, Miko.
Donald. Basically, Donald is. He has a nice heart. You know, he wants to be kind of like a player. You know, him and his boy Dre, and that's their stilo. They go out to happy hour at different places. You know, one of Donald's main things is he's like, you know, he wants to see how many women, you know, not necessarily to get with, but just get their numbers or what have you. So one night I might be Donovan, the next minute it's Daryl or Dennis or Danny, you know, and he's like a chameleon.
Or Dick.
You know? Oh, no, come on. Oh. But and that's his thing. And they do this on a regular basis, and then you know, he sees Karen, who he actually had a crush on in high school, and it's kind of wild that in high school he was scared to talk to her. Right. You know, scared to approach her, ask her for a dance. He had written love letters, but never could give them to her because he was too shy. So they meet, and she shows him a different world from the partying and the womanizing and drinking with this boy, and so you know, it changes him a little bit. You know, but then sabotage come in, and that's, like you said, that's when the movie gets interesting.
Gets interesting.
Real interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
It sounds like you guys really enjoyed working on this project.
We did.
Oh yeah.
Independent film. Sometimes the very term independent film has like nightmare attached to it. What are some of the benefits of working with independent films?
Particularly working with independent films as opposed to like a big budget major film is, you know, being an up and coming actress, you can get a bigger role. You know, it's not that small role where you're a walk-in or featured, you know, extra, you know, trying to get as much airtime as possible. You know? But you know, we're here to act, and our love for acting in independent films, you can get the bigger roles. You know, you can become a different character. You can do what you love to do in an independent film and have that liberty, you know, to kind of play with the character, to work with the director, to have a little bit more leverage, you know, to create a good film. And I think a lot of time in independent films you can do that.
Wow. Wow. What else are you guys working on that's up and coming that you want to share with our audience?
First and foremost, working on getting Happy Hour to the next level. Wow. You know, and with the MySpace thing happening right now, that everyone has a MySpace. Yeah. You know, I have Denzel as a friend. You know, Spike Lee. I have you know, Robert Townsend is one of my MySpace friends. But we have the site up, www.myspace.com/Happy Hour the movie, where we have the trailer and, you know, different pictures of us on set. We're trying to push it to investors. Here in 2007, we are TOT, tired of talk.
There we go.
I hear ya.
You know what I mean?
I love that.
And that's the thing.
You
know,
gotta copyright that.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, that's my idea now. Don't take my idea. All right. But yeah, 2007. You know, we're trying to make it happen for real. And you know, so many people talk, and it's sad because, personally, I think Atlanta is starting to become like LA in the fact that everyone is starting to talk about what they're going to do, or we'll just wait, and then we're going to get this, we're going to get that, and 6 months later we're still, you know, chopping it up. Yep. So and that's one thing. You know, that was cool about working with Donald and Maree and them, is like, you know, it was like a suggestion, you know, let's just do something. You know, and then when people see that you're doing something now, they're like, oh, it sparks the interest, and they're like, well, how can I be down now? You know what I mean? And so that kind of like opened up, you know, an opportunity. So we're going to push it full force. You know, we're going to start off trying to get, you know, funding to make it a feature. If it goes to DVD, cool. I just other things have a possibility of a role in a feature film coming that depicts it's a period piece. Executive producers Branford Marcellus. It's titled Bolden, and it's kind of like loosely based on the life story of Buddy Bolden, who is pretty much, they say, the pioneer of jazz in New Orleans, 1905, and he died in 1931, and he was a major influence, even influenced Louis Armstrong. So there's a very good possibility I would be a part of that. I just got cast in another feature film called The Perfect Dunk, with trying to get Dwayne Wade to come in on it, Busta Rhymes, and Doug Christie also will be starring in it. What else?
I say we'll be gone. We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, Miko will continue the list.
You know, but see, it's a good thing I'm passionate about what I do.
There you go.
You know, and my main thing is to try to, you know, to help people. You know, try to get us out of this stereotype, man. That here in Atlanta, in the South, all we good for are extras and one-liners.
There you go.
I'm trying to smash that.
I think here in the South, more than anywhere else here in Atlanta, you can find a lot of your bigger budget films for African Americans and African American women in particular. Right. You know, I started out, you know, the earlier part of last year, and I've done about 12 productions just in those couple of months. This year I'm going to be working with R.L. Scott. He just got paid, his movie Slums 13 just got picked up by Miramax. Got a really big budget behind it. We're going to be working with Timex, Hans Weeking. It's going to be a little bit of martial arts. Really good film. And I'm also going to be working with, let's see, I think there's Derek Statham. We're going to be doing a couple of shorts with him. Deidre Thomas. Okay. Is also going to be working with her in a movie called Shake. It's kind of like Players Club in reverse.
Okay,
you know,
all right,
really good. You know.
About time.
So, you know, ladies, hello. But yeah, just like Miko was saying, Atlanta, you know, the South in particular, you know, to include New Orleans, is really going to be the pioneer places for African American actors to really launch their career. And I think if we kind of stick here and stick together, you know, we could really blow it up.
Wow.
You know?
I love to hear that. Wow. I thank you guys so much for coming on the show. And
I
look forward to seeing Happy Hour and all the other projects that you guys are working on.
But I have another 5 stories to tell.
I know you do. I know, but we're running out of time.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Well, it was a pleasure.
Yeah. Oh, of course it was. I want a hug, but we're on this. We're still working. All right.
Well, you can always look me up at Kanya Jones on my MySpace page. You know,
that was sweet how she did that.
And that'll be myspace.com/Kanya J. That's KANYAJ. And you can also find Miko on my friends list. So.
Yeah.
One of your friends, you made the list.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. Well, go ahead.
Oh, we're done.